have another video to do, guys. It has been not even 24 hours after the fallout of the election. So I wanted to just kind of give everybody a little bit of an idea of what's been happening with the after effects and where people's minds are at, right? I want to address that, and I also want to address something that has been really pissing me off. So we're going to get to that. A lot of people, from what it is that I've seen online, family members, in-laws, a lot of people smell shit in the air. It's not due to a carbon tax, but clearly carbon tax ain't working now, is it? A lot of people smell shit. A lot of people are questioning things. I do believe, and it does make sense, that my generation, the millennials, did vote for the cons. And of course, my mom's generation, the fucking boomers, elbows up, were very loyal to party lines. They're still not dead yet. So those the magic elixirs didn't get them as thoroughly as we prayed they would. So there is no God. So, we didn't get what we wanted. Santa doesn't exist either, but we still didn't get what we wanted. Regardless. Maybe I should try the flying spaghetti monster or something. So those assholes were voting in party lines, and they didn't budge. You know what a lot of people have told me? Not only are they smelling shit in the air, a lot of people have said that they're fed up. A lot of people are considering having to leave Canada. I do see that as a nuclear option for me. But right now we're just talking. We didn't do enough research to actually make that final decision. There's things we gotta talk about, my other half and I, because this is not a place where you will succeed. We get punished for nothing. And a lot of people are afraid. I've had some people tell me they are scared, they are afraid. Obviously, it's very normal with this type of uncertainty. You are going to be afraid. But what are people afraid of? Exactly. That's a good question. They're afraid of the creeping, more obvious tyranny that is going to be beholden onto us, that burden. Because all the amount of money that is being wasted, all the amount of money that you're not able to keep, your human instincts are kicking in. Yeah. Your human instincts were kicking in. You guys are afraid of losing your homes. You have a fear of being on the street. Your safety has been compromised unnaturally. All this amount of homeless people, they didn't just magically come out of the sky or out of your ass. Gun crime. Private citizens losing more than they should. What does this tell you? This goes back to what I was saying yesterday about being vindicated. It was always about private property. Yeah, it's about the economy, stupid. Well, what's the point of having to contribute when all of your energy is just being sucked away into a system that doesn't like you. That you have to have X amount of jobs to do the basics. Your quality of life is not where it's at. Are we starting to get it, guys? Are we starting to see why some of us have been very, very, very vocal about this? It's not just about your prep. It's mainly about your private property and all the rights and all the liberties that come out of it always derive back from private property. Again, if you don't get it, you don't get it. I've spent 10 years, 11 actually, on this channel talking about that. The name was inspired by the thing that is important and to never be negotiated. Are you motherfuckers getting it? I hope you are. It should fucking scare you. Because it has to do with self-preservation. It's a natural human emotion. It's your instincts that are kicking in. This has nothing to do with carbon tax. It has nothing to do with any of that shit. Do you think for one fucking second that I'm not fearful over the idea of having to go down when I felt like I've been in limbo this for a very long time? I felt like that for a long time. And I feel like just with the timing of things, with the pandemic, the only way I could go is up. I don't want to go down. I refuse to go down. But it feels like every time I try to go up, I'm either breaking even or I'm losing more. Why is it? It's not because of my ability. Yeah, maybe. But I know I'm better than a lot of people in terms of my success, in terms of my talents, and refining my talents. It's the environment that I'm in. It's also my ego and pride that also get to the worse or better of me, really. When you have it in your fucking head that when you have to tell yourself you feel devalued. Being in Quebec and in Canada devalues you as a person. It's very dehumanizing now, isn't it? It is. It bruises my ego quite a bit. A lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are powerless. They feel powerless. I understand. I felt powerless when when we were all going through the pandemic. Anything I wanted to do? Nope, boom, I was barred in any possible way. And you thought for a while this was your life. That was like the weirdest version of hell I was ever in. But there was a silver lining. And for me, I cannot allow myself, it's difficult, to feel powerless. It's difficult because there's the rational side and then there's the instinctual, then there's the emotional side. Like there's an onslaught of chaos and disorder that is difficult to manage. I could get a little bit intense with that. Like when you're in here a lot, you're just all over, you're really not grounded. That's the right word. So I cannot allow myself, and it's difficult, to not feel powerless. I don't want to feel powerless. The only thing that I have that has led me to my success and my self-preservation until now has been my inner guidance, have been my instincts, that have been my intuition. From a young age, I knew that Canada was bullshit. How did that happen? I don't know. I just knew. From a young age that you do not belong here. And there might be a point in time where you're really gonna get bitch slapped in the face. You really don't belong here anymore. You really don't. How is a person like myself supposed to succeed when you receive unnecessary vitriol for a simple opinion that's really not controversial? It really isn't. My entire channel would have me under a microscope. If I ever did run in politics here in Quebec, I would be crucified upside down. Figure of speech, but I'm sure some people would want that. Just like, as I stated yesterday, if you guys ain't using your fucking heads, I'll use it. Oddities collection. So yeah, for the tiniest little things, there was a point in which you were able to live with people that you just simply disagreed with. Depends on the degree. But because Canadians and Quebecers are very polarized, I think it's almost near impossible to live amongst idiots that are okay with just being a bunch of loser Karens and have party loyalty and fuck everybody else. Again, this all goes back to what I was saying all my life and the existence of this YouTube channel. It's not just about the economy, stupid. It's about private property. How much more government do you guys want in your life? How's your quality of life? Again, let's go back to my mindset when I first started voting, when I was legal to vote at the age of 18. What are we doing 4 years from now to get closer to liberty? 4 years later, are we closer to liberty? No, we're not. We're not. Nobody gives a fuck. Liberty has to be at the forefront regardless of what happens. Because this, the micro will bleed into the macro. So, it's not just about the economy, stupid. It's about your quality of life. It's about your liberties. It's about your private property. They're coming after your cars. They're already after your food. They already came at you with your bodily autonomy. Never mind abortion. I think abortion was just a beta test to see how far we're going to go with this. And then have everybody polarize and just have, just polarizing sides where really, again, even in that issue, absolutely, with the abortion thing, there's literally no solution. There's no solution. That's what it is. There's literally no solution. Just like with government, no fucking solution. So that is like the testing ground. And so when shit really hits the fan, like during the pandemic, how much further are we going to push people? Well, you guys have pushed me to the point where, again, there are lines that you do not cross. And you have crossed it more than once. You're done. And that's beyond unacceptable. And you know the thing is, when you talk about bodily autonomy and private property, we're also talking about responsibility and accountability. Canadians don't do that. They're not. George Carlin is right. Where do these politicians come from? They don't just magically come from the sky. Where would you think? Well, maybe they come from the people, the public. Maybe it's the public that suck. We always complain about the politicians that suck, but it's a reflection off of the people and society that also fucking sucks. Well, there's a number of reasons why Quebec and Canada fucking suck. You're living it. You're literally fucking living in it. Did you not see how many heads are on this hydra? Did you not see how deep and dense this shadow of Canada goes? You need to be in it. You have to reconcile with your own fucking shadow and darkness to see what the fuck is going on. Yes, I know I'm getting esoteric here, and that's totally fine, by the way. So, responsibility. That's not something that Canadians are known for. That's not something that you don't hold into account of yourself, let alone politicians. Very beautiful and reflective off of that. Which is the one thing that I really want to talk about in this video, and hopefully you've been sticking around. You guys have to stop bitching and blaming Trump for all of this. Trump is not your president. Well, then again, neither is Carney the real PM. He's just the installed PM. I stole that from you, McMina, so thank you. I give you credit for that. Kind of like the asterisk prime ministership. It's not legitimate when it's already predetermined. It's not. Just like during the pandemic, it's not consent. It's not informed consent when you're compelled to do something against your own will. Mind-blowing, isn't it? I reinvented the fucking wheel! Amazing, right? I'm a freaking genius. An IQ of 175 for 2025. My God, I must be an alien or something. Send in the UFOs! There's no funny business. The people are just glowing. They had some weird fentanyl. That's why they're all, green and shit. Or is it from Chernobyl? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. You guys gotta stop blaming Trump for the end result of why this shit has fucking happened. It's not his fault that the economy sucks. It's not his fucking fault that the Freedom Convoy happened. It's not his fault that Cuban Fabio had all these fucking scandals going on the last 10 fucking years. It's not his fault that the sky is blue. It's not even his fucking fault that Canada didn't go through 1776. It's also not his fault that Quebec voted to stay in Canada in 1995. It's not his fault that Lego threatened the unvaccinated with a tax. It's not Trump's fault that we were under house arrest. It's not Trump's fault that we had curfews in Quebec. Not once, but twice. You see where I'm going with this? I hope you see where I'm going with this. Because motherfucker's not your president. It's the same rhetoric and bullshit where you want to sit there and say, well, yeah, war and shit. That's democracy for you. We're saving democracy. We're getting freedom back to the people across the pond when our problem is here. And you don't realize that most deaths probably were not because of war. It's because of democide. It's because of authoritarianism. You guys are so quick to talk about the Holocaust. You guys don't talk about how many millions of people Stalin has fucking killed. You hate Nazis, but a libertarian in 2025 is somehow throwing your heart or sending your heart out to this makes you the fucking bad guy. Oh, I might get canceled now. But yet you guys didn't say anything. You didn't protest. You did not stick Cuban Fabio's feet to the fucking fire when you had a literal Nazi getting a standing ovation in Parliament. So easy to look at other people. You guys don't look at yourself. You don't look at your own fucking flaws. Is it Trump's fault once again that Quebec is very highly taxed? And our roads are fucking shit? No, douchebags. It's your fault. Yes, you. The ones that think that you're being a good role model Canadian citizen by listening to Big Daddy government. You guys are wrong. You're not only politically stupid, and I'm talking to the TV, but morally and ethically, you're wrong. And you guys are criminally evil. And me, I could admit, I'm a motherfucker and I have a monster within me that is a bloodthirsty beast. I freely admit that. I could be a good person. I am able to have sympathy and empathy. I have that ability, despite my very severe complexion, despite my harsh tonality and my overreaching and chaotic passion. I can be like that. But people seem to forget. They want to put me in a fucking box because they forget that I am a person. I am more than just a one-dimensional thing. I know this is a YouTube video, but for those that have stuck around, you have an idea of a little bit of an idea. You don't know me personally. You don't know the struggles going on in my life and in this fucking noggin of mine. You don't know. But you've seen documentation. You don't know. Despite everything, I could be a heartless, apathetic, I could be fair and I can be just. But what has happened is a silver lining, but it's happening to the wrong fucking people. You motherfuckers have to stop blaming the United States. The United States is not the problem. This arrogance that you guys have had, I've known about it all my life, and I'm not even 40 years old, man. At my age, it's still a long time. It's still a long time, all things considered. What they did was, the media, and Cuban Fabio and all these losers, what they did do was take that part and dialed it up to 11. That's what they did. Because of the mainstream media, because of the propaganda, the gaslighting, this man has been through hell and back by the fucking media since day one. Since day one. You think Canada is that fucking different? Without Donald Trump, you guys have no content. You have nobody else to blame. You won't blame yourself though, because at the end of the night, is this video just futile? Because perception is reality. It's your perception. But you know what? At the end of the night, regardless of what influence you're under or not, you still did it. You still did it. You're still fucking wrong. I don't care. You are wrong. It's not Donald Trump's fault because of the rhetoric that he was saying when it came to the 51st state. You have to understand the grand scheme of things. As I put it before, this guy has gone through hell and back because of the amount of bombardment and negativity that this guy has received because of mainstream media. He had an attempt on his life, not once, but twice, possibly even a third time. Third time didn't magically do anything. Third time's a charm, didn't do shit. It could happen during the presidency, but at a certain point, when is it going to be very obvious that it's pretty much planned out? The globalists are desperate. They're desperate. Now, we could have a conversation about if he's controlled opposition. That's not what I'm putting forward in this video. I'm just simply giving you my opinion. Okay? He's breaking the toys now. He's leaning into his strengths. Humor, entertainment, and negotiation. Things that Canada does not fucking have. At all. This is not the first freaking time that Trump has tried to negotiate with Canada. NAFTA became the USMCA. When did that thing happen? 2017? My memory serves me. That was a thing, though. Just saying. 2017 didn't happen. So did the 300% gun increase that happened out in fucking Toronto, but let's forget about that now, shall we? Okay? That's fake news. New York, Tirana, who gives a fuck? It's just fucking Tirana. The one fucking place where it rules all of Canada. That's all you fucking need. Right? So, you're gonna blame him for that rhetoric? You're not gonna blame Cuban Fabio for all the bullshit that had happened? He said some things. He said, the fringe minority. Well, I'm okay to be the fringe minority. But trust me, my voice is not very fringy, nor is it cringy. It's loud for a reason. And that type of message that I'm saying is a positive one. But for a lot of people, it repels them. And that's totally fine. It doesn't take much for me to repel a lot of people, trust me. It really doesn't. I can give you the death stare, you'll be freaked out. And I'm mischievous too, so you need to have a bit of fun in your life. But I digress. This whole entire Canadian apparatus, this federal apparatus, and the provincial ones too, have caused more harm than what Trump has done in the last 4 months. And yes, you guys should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Trump didn't do shit because it's the mainstream media that's been playing with your fucking perceptions that has caused all of this. Will you learn? No. But the question now begs to be answered. How do you fix your country when the system that you have has been rigged against you? What do you do? This is where I say it's complicated. It's complicated and it's more nuanced. I don't have the answer for that. I have an idea, but my idea is you guys don't like it. And that's fine. I'm going to keep it for myself. But as I stated, as of today, we're not going back. It's our turn, and we're done. Just like all these fucking people that I'm addressing, who, even if you're Trump supporters, I understand why you'd say that. I can see your point of view, but you're wrong. You're wrong. You have to blame the idiots that have done all of this. He's looking out for the United States. These guys aren't. Your enemies are always the ones where you always place them in charge. What is the point of Parliament still standing? I would love to see a killdozer go and knock everything over. Condos would be better over there than Parliament. I'm fucking serious, guys. You're wrong. Again, this is a hard lesson for a lot of people, but you have to stop blaming Trump for all this shit because you guys are at fault for this. You're at fault. Canadians are at fault. Now, I know where I'm at fault and I know where I'm not, but I'm not blaming Trump for any of this. It was trolly, it was funny, it was entertaining, but I understand why. And I'm able to see people's point of view. But you're wrong. Because if there were people that were not brainwashed, probably the trajectory and the outcome of this election probably would have been different, but it was rigged. They got it the first 2 times. Why would they give it up the 3rd time? Why? It's advantageous. If you guys were playing Dr. Evil, you guys would do the exact same thing. I would. If I had to rig an election, I'd do it. Maybe I shouldn't be in politics, but I'm not the right person, though. I'm not the right person. My YouTube channel is a microscope to get me probably shoot or crucified or just excommunicated or expelled from society. Who knows? But at the end of the night, guys, I was right. It comes down to private property. And your instincts are kicking in. Good. Self-preservation. Again, welcome to my world. Glad you finally made it. That's about all. Peace out.